We're here with a Torrid unboxing. Before we get into this, I will show you the outfit of the day. Now, for those of you that watch my videos from Torrid, this is in a previous video. This is a sweater and bralette that I got to match so that I can wear it with the matching bralette under it and a pair of shorts. So this is what it looks like. Back, shorts. And I'll also include some videos so you can see a little bit better of it. Get into the unboxing. Now, for those of you that aren't overly familiar with Torrid, there has become some new brand names for you to check out. And some are like retro kind, some are more flowy, kind of, I guess some people call it more like a sailing kind of, beach kind of clothes. There is one that is more for like a goth kind of style, but it's not all considered that way. So if you like have a mixture of different styles, you can kind of mix from different brands. But there's the Lovesick brand, there is the Nightfall brand, there is there's Festi, Bessie Isle, and Retro Chic. So there's those 5 new brands that are all part of Torrid, and each one's a little bit different style. You got the Nightfall, which is more of like a gothic kind of style, more like blacks, dark wine, kind of burgundy colors, reds, those kind of things. But definitely check out each brand because you might find some of the things that are on those brands that you actually like. So they kind of mixed up, what their clothes are listed under now. Now the Retro Chic is more like, more older kind of polka dots and different things like that. The Festi brand is more like a Western kind of loose flowy outfit kind of brand. And then you have the Lovesick, which, is more like that kind. So that's the 5 new brands. And I thought for my video, I would check some of the brands out and show you what has become available. Now, some of these items may not be available anymore in the certain sizes or certain colors, but definitely check them out. Things are going quite fast. They've had quite a few sales at Torrid lately, so definitely check out, the new brands and the new styles that they're doing for those of you that aren't overly familiar with it. For those of you that have never purchased any kind of jeans at Torrid or clothing stores, maybe, I've learned something recently on kind of how they're worded. Not sure if this will help you or not, but I did learn that the high rise of a jean is the part that goes way up higher, almost like what some call them like mother jean, like, the old style, what mothering jeans kind of thing, where it definitely goes up. And if you're like me that has a bigger booty, it goes up and actually goes over it and tucks against your waist, is the high rise. The mid rise is more right at your hips, just slightly above where it kind of comes almost like a odd area. So it doesn't quite go up and over. If you have a bigger booty, it might come just to it. And then when you go to sit, it will kind of pull down. So, your booty shows more of your underwear. The low rise are the ones that are more right on the hips itself. So hopefully that helps if you're trying to figure out jeans or pants, because I know like with the cargo pants that I show, they are the high rise. So for me, because I have, the kind of booty to get around it, I use the high rise jean. I did try a mid rise and it literally didn't fit me right. It came up and it just covered the booty, but it didn't quite go up to my waist. So just so you guys know kind of how the high rise, the mid rise, and the low rise kind of work if you're not overly familiar with jeans. Now for the first item, it is called the Nightfall Baggy Cargo Lightweight Twill High Rise Pant. Now, most of my kids really like their cargo pants because they both wear them to work, and so I thought I would try a pair for the first time, and this is part of that new Nightfall brand. As you can see, the black, wide leg. They have lots of pockets. There's a total of 8 pockets, and it's just this one pair of pants, which is why I thought I would try it. Now you do have a nice decal, little zipper pocket on each leg. And here, as you can see, it's quite deep. And then below that, you have just the flap with the snaps. Again, another quite deep pocket. It snaps on each side of it. And then you do have the regular pockets up at the top, just like any pants would have. And then you also have the 2 pockets in the back, which are snaps. Now I recommend you get your size in these and try them on before you decide whether you'll keep them or not. But I know if you, for some reason, are not able to keep them, you can return them to the store. Any store should be able to take a return or exchange. So if you need a different size, you can do an exchange in the store, or you can just do a return if you just changed your mind. So just make sure that your phone has the order on it when you take it in, because then they look at that order. But that is the cargo pants. Now this next several items are just some panties that I bought. Again, like I said, some things are not available in certain sizes, so I just went with the sizes that were available. This one is called the Cotton Mid-Rise Hipster Lace Trim Panty. Now, for most of these, I had a bra that would match the color. So this, I had a red bra I was matching from a wireless t-shirt bra. So I got the red panties. It's just a pair of cotton pants. Lace along the top, lace along the leg. Just simple polka dot red panties. The next item is called the Second Skin Mid-Rise Hipster Lace Trim Panty. Now this is to match a bralette that was in this order. Well, all these things were washed, so you can see how they hold up from being washed. It's just like a satin kind of panty. Again, they have the lace on the top, lace on the leg, and just like a satiny kind of material. So, and a lot of this I would just put on delicate and cold cycle for the water, and do not dry, because a lot of times putting clothes in the dryer will take and shrink your clothes, and sometimes with lace it can also destroy it. I know many people on the Torrid app, when they are putting reviews, they will mention that they put something in the dryer and it shrunk or this and that, and it's like, well, then that's on you. That's not on Torrid's clothes, because any clothes from any store will take and shrink or get destroyed in the dryer. So I just don't put any of my clothes in the dryer. I just hang to dry. Now this one is called the Cotton Mid-Rise Hipster Lace Trim Panty. And this is more like a gingham kind of style design. It's just basically a purple underwear panty with the lace and the lace around and cotton again. So very simple kind of panty. One thing you will find on Torrid, there's lots of different styles of panties, from lace, cotton, you know, to, you know, high rise, low rise, boy shorts, a bunch of different styles. So definitely check out their underclothes, you know, also on there. A lot of times what I do, I get the app and then I actually look on there for deals. I don't try and buy anything full price. Now for this item, it is from the new Festi line. It is a Festi ASYM, and then it's the lace maxi lace skirt. Just a simple lace with a built-in short, but the cut starts on the side of the leg and kind of goes at an angle, and the back is even in the back for the most part. And there's the built-in short. Now what some people do, they cut these out and use their own bike shorts, but I recommend using it because especially if it's a different color, it may not match. But that is, and the lace is just see-through. Now along with that skirt, we have what's called the Festi Cotton Lace Open Front Cami Top. And in the skirt and the cami, I recommend get as close to your size as possible. I did try and size up in this top and it did not work because it basically was just too loose over the bust area. So you definitely want to get your size because it is adjustable on the shoulders too. And very much like the skirt, it is more of a see-through lace. The only part that is not see-through is right where the bust sits, because this is the back. And then this is the inside of the front. So you can see there's like a material where the bust sits. Otherwise, it is a see-through right below that. And what some people like to do is they like to kind of tie it together in the front, right underneath the bust area, and kind of pull it up. And you'll see that in the try-on portion. And then wear it kind of tied up like that, so it shows more of the belly area or stomach. So, and I do show you both ways in the try-on portion, and they're both very cute. Now this next item is also in the Festi line. Like I said, this is more like the Western kind of flowy kind of line. This is kind of a pair of pants, almost like that skirt. It is see-through, so you want to wear like a black panty or a bike short or something under it. So you can see, very see-through. And it is lace. Very open, wide leg from the bottom. Otherwise, like I said, it's just basically just like that skirt, just in the pants. We get into the next package. This next item is a top that goes with those pants. It is called the Festi Lace V-neck front tie top. Now with these tops, I had to get bigger than I would normally wear because my size was actually sold out. And I know it comes in black and white. Some of them are selling out quite fast. And this comes again with the lace that is see-through. Has 3 ties down the front. So you can wear this with either a black bralette, a black tank top, or something like that under there. And you can tie it tighter if you don't want to show anything, or looser depending. And just has the long sleeves. And that goes with the black one.